Got to get it, Papa. On this Look Dat Picture Show featurette, we're gonna be doing a behind the scenes special edition show about an upcoming short film that's being produced right down here in South Louisiana. And the movie's called Violet Butterfield, Makeup Artist for the Dead. And it's gonna be quite a film. You'll get to see a little bit behind the scenes of what it takes to make a short film. So here we go. Behind me, and that part where all the windows are covered up with that black plastic and all taped up and everything, it's all secret looking. That's because it's a movie set for a short film about Violet Butterfield, and you'll learn a lot more about her as this thing goes on. But it's interesting, if you're not familiar with short films as opposed to long films or feature films, short films are an interesting whole interesting aspect of movies and stuff, and a lot of times they're a starting point for new film people, producers, directors, cast, crew, you know, everything. You see there's some crew people working back there, running electrical stuff and getting all kind of wires all put together and all that. Well, the interesting thing about this is, like most, you know, nowadays a lot of these short films are shot on video, kind of like Look Dat, and this one is actually being shot on film, so it should be interesting to see the finished product when that comes out, because it has a whole different look to it, and a lot of people prefer just to go ahead and shoot on film, and eventually it ends up digital. But that's one of the differences here. So it's gonna be something to see. The different aspects of it, lighting and that kind of thing, are handled differently, slightly, you know, depending on what you're trying to do. But it does give a different look to the film, and there's a lot of reasons for that. So anyway, we'll show you around a little bit, and we're gonna see what happens today. It's a pretty day outside, but we're all gonna be inside. This little building here, this little house, it's like a trailer house at this addition. It's jam-packed, it's chock-a-block, like they say. It's gonna be jam-packed with people in there filming this. Yeah, look at these cool vintage hair drying sets, and look, a creepy monkey. All props and set dressings from the film that is going to be entering active production shortly. Right now everything's just set. And look, there's another creepy monkey. Here in the room next door, we got all the electrical stuff. We got lights, cables, stands, flags, all that good stuff.
Hello!
Hello! And look who just walked in. I'm gonna hit you right away with the camera.
First thing
let's see where the giant finger's pointing. Those are some sandbags, and you use them to weight down things temporarily. And they have handles built in and everything, so you can grab that and move that pretty easy. Throw that around. You can throw it at your friends if you want. And but they on a lot of sets, but they have to set up lights like those and the stands to make sure they don't fly around. You put those bags on there, and it keeps it put. And guess what this is? See that? Look at that. That's one of the oldest creations known to man for filmmaking. You know what that's called? Got a handle built into it. It's an apple box. And they make different sizes. Some of them are real skinny, and some are big like that. That's about the biggest size. Usually they have like a half size and then a flat, just like a board, really. So now you can tell your friends about all that. And look at that. This isn't for the movie, but they do live here where the set is. Let's see. Oh, can't see too good in there. Well, you can see a little bit. But that's it. Violet Butterfield, and we're gonna learn a lot more about her and this whole production. But you see, they film it inside, and they want control over the light from the outside, so they actually covered all these windows up with the black plastic, so it's light proof, and they just handle everything inside. Well, we're getting ready for the first shot of the day. But hang on, we're not quite ready for that yet. Now, it's time for a little information about the characters in this short film. And to get ready, I have to get some spooky light ready. Ooh. Okay, I'll let my eyes adjust. Spooky light. Ooh, there we go. Oh, is this creepy? Don't answer that. Anyway, this is a short film, so there's not a ton of characters. It's not a cast of thousands, or however they say it. There's I might get everybody sick with this. I'm getting sick too. Anyway, it's a main cast of 3. So we have our main character, the title character of the short film, Violet Butterfield. Then we have one of her clients that comes in is Shirley. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Marvin. And there are some other people that appear in the film. You'll have to find out what happens to them. Okay, we're almost ready.
I love your work. Thank you, girl.
Rotate your body like back and forth while you're
Oh,
talking.
it's better than that time I had all that plastic surgery. Eat it, Dr. Howard.
I'm gonna start making you pay me.
Oh, girl, please.
Another aspect of this film is that as I show some scenes, this is crazy looking. It looks like I'm underwater, kind of. Anyway, yeah, the film is like 99% of all films is being shot out of sequence. Now, what does that mean? Well, let me tell you. It's being shot out of order. It doesn't start at the beginning and whichever direction you go, start at the beginning and go to the end when they film it. Sometimes because of scheduling problems and things like that, or the availability of certain actors and people you're relying on, you have to film all their stuff. You have to film all their stuff at one time. So like if you have 20 days to film, a certain actor might only be available for 1. So you got to film all the stuff with him in that one day. So that might mean you have to film the scene at the beginning, a scene somewhere in the middle, and another scene toward the end, all in that one day. So it's all out of order. But what you do is you fix it in editing. You film the other things like you need to, and then when you go to edit, you have a gigantic puzzle. Okay, you have a giant puzzle that you have to work with, and each little scene and shot of different characters and things like that, all those little scenes you have to edit together to where they tell you a story. And you can picture it like a big kitchen table with puzzle pieces all over it. And you got to find the right pieces to fit together and make the picture. Because we're making a picture. So that's what's going to happen with this too. Even though it's a short film, we're only filming for 2 days, and but that's what it's going to require, is the editing these different parts and putting them in the right order to tell the story. So as you watch things, they're not actually necessarily in the order they're going to appear in the final film. So that's something to think about. Oh, let's see, what else? There's some other things to think about, but I can't think of what they are. I think my spooky light scrambled me some kind of way.
Okay, bye now. I have actual work to do.
Love you, girl.
Well, we're hanging out in the kitchen right now, and with a couple of the main stars, or starlets.
Yes, stars,
and
right.
That's it. They're taking a little break between scenes. They're resetting the camera for an incredible shot, and we're checking out footwear, and trains, and
Fabulous. Very fabulous.
great accessories.
Super starlet. And I'm the morgue queen.
The more.
I mean, that's what I am.
It's true. For sure. How are you liking those lashes?
They're good. They're just so long. Like, they're itching the sides of my eyes. So I'm like, are they still there? I like the bottom. Remember yesterday I was like heavy on the bottom. It's very different from what I thought. I thought we were going very Barbara Streisand, like neutral, glam, tidy. So when I looked in the mirror I was like, what? But the more I think it makes sense.
No, for sure.
I'm a little more kooky than put together. Yeah, I mean, I'm still put together. You know, she's like, she knows where everything's at, but I'm not normal.
Yeah.
Like I needed more edge. So I'm really glad. I'm honestly really happy with it.
I like this blue on you.
Me too. This looks great.
It's different from you.
It's very different for you. I think that's great because I was wondering if you were gonna look like Martini, but you look like Shirley.
Thanks.
So we're talking about hairstyles and that type of thing, and which is appropriate for this film. But we're asking, considering the shape and volume there, is this all your hair?
All my hair, all natural.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
So
The camera is repositioned, blocking for the actors is being set, and the lights are being adjusted for the next shot.
This is 5 foot. She should be around.
okay. 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 Try that. I know. I have to breathe. Okay. I'm like, wow. I sleep underneath the sheet. You'll be fine. I know. Okay, so. So I do that, and then you kind of like. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm back again, and this is day 2 of the shoot here, and so more is going on. Things are going to finish up. A lot of the big stuff is done, and it's like little things, like when they show somebody reach in and grab the camera like that, stuff like that. Insert shots is what it's called. And so y'all are getting all kind of jargon, and half of it's wrong, but you know, it's too bad. Anyway, it's another lovely day out on the bayou, and we keep an eye out and see what else happens.
Lunch is over. That's actually a really good idea.
It's good. You send it in?
Okay, and here's something. This isn't my my makeup cabinet right here. This is for the makeup department. And even on a short film that's a fairly small thing, we have a makeup department, and especially with this, because there's a lot of special things going on. Here is the makeup crew, the makeup department.
Hello.
And these are the people responsible for the makeup behind the scenes of the makeup in the film. And that includes some various wounds and that kind of thing. And
Oh yeah.
so, have y'all, in general, have you done other films where you had to do like, you know, wound makeup, special effects more?
I've done a few short films. My first short film I ever worked on was actually Whitbrook. So that was pretty fun. And then I also work at 13 Gate.
Oh yeah, 13th Gate. I know a lot of people have heard about those, and the haunted scare, basically fright trail type thing, and those are cool. And that's a lot of stuff. You got to get a lot of people ready for those
Quite a
things.
few.
I'm backwards about everything, as a lot of people know, but I didn't even get introductions. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
My name is Lovely Bones Goodman.
Very good.
I'm Sunny.
Good to meet y'all. We got Sunnie and Bones. All right. Well, that's good. And the things that we've seen, you know, we got to show a few little clips and things like that. You see a little bit of the makeup, but I don't want to go into too much detail because we want people to see the movie and get to see how it comes out. But it involves a lot of stuff besides just like regular makeup, things like that. They have the special effects stuff, like for it's like latex and things like that,
Yeah.
liquid latex and
some Prozaid.
fun stuff. And
There's the blood.
lots of blood. Now, does this have like gallons of blood, or is it just like a little?
It depends. A little here and there.
Some of them, it's just like blood overload. It's like, oh my God. But that's very cool. Well, thank y'all for taking a minute. We'll be getting back to work. They're resetting some stuff and getting the camera ready. They're doing more dolly shots and stuff like that, which is fun.
Perfect.
So, appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you.
12 for 25?
We're gonna throw that 25 on here real
Alright.
quick. Give her a shot.
25 flying then.
Anybody have sides? Back there. I got you.
Not on me.
Now they're getting ready for Marvin's scene.
Beginning. Right, Leroy. The beginning with the bowl and
Are you rehearsing? And we also have our
Courtney. You remember the continuity of the glasses on this scene?
So, Mr. Marvin, you want to tell me how you lost your finger?
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. This way. The other way. There. Way back. So middle. Okay. Action. Is the bowl in? Cool. Alright, ready? Action.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting about film sets is that at the very beginning, before they start bringing equipment in, they get everything set up. The room is exactly the way you want it to look, with all the furniture and everything, the pictures in the right place and all that stuff. And once you start working in it, everything gets moved around and it ends up kind of like this. And nothing resembling what you started with. But each little corner of the room that you film in has to be reset to match what you started with. So, a little bit of trivia about movie stuff. And look, The creepy monkey is still here.
Now consider these cryptic questions. What's happening to Marvin's hand? Whose Bobo is this? How much more equipment can they get into this room? And of course, what about the creepy monkeys? All these questions and more will be answered with the release of Violet Butterfield, makeup artist for the dead. I also put links and other information down below so you can keep up to date with what's happening with the film. So remember, you saw this little bit about Violet Butterfield right here on Look Dat. And in the future, I want to try to do some more episodes talking about local films and exciting things like that. And we're going to see what happens, because there's a lot that goes on around here that not even me knows about.